The BBMP officials were still at work. Things changed, and our government workers have become dedicated workers? No, not at all. They were here since the residents from 120 houses in Sachidananda Nagara in Raja Rajeshwari Nagara were determined to get their Khatas no matter how long it took. Earlier in the evening, the Assistant Commissioner came around and promised all the residents that they would get their Khatas by 3:30 in the evening.
There is a full litigation, sir, regarding the issue of Khatas and plans. Some people have approached the civil court. Civil court has given a direction in 2005. Again, there was some problem. Some people have gone to the High Court, and our BBMP people have also preferred SLP in Supreme Court, and all the legal hurdles are over. Now there is a direction from Lokayukta and our BBMP Commissioner to issue Khatas. As per the direction, we are issued.
The promise was broken and the residents kept in dark. But the residents who gathered were not ready to give up. And finally, after waiting for over 15 hours yesterday, their Khatas
Actually, I applied when I was CSP. Then they were refused to give. Then they are not given the application to file for getting the Khata also. Now, after interfering our person, after the person who is just came, so he has introduced and we along with him, we have applied it. So on 19th July we applied it. Now we have got it.
From afternoon we are waiting, from today 3:30 till midnight, now 12 o'clock. So now we got this Khata. Now we are feeling very happy.
This act by the residents is something the entire city can learn from. They decided to go about their Khatas without paying bribes to the BBMP officials. The bribes that range from rupees 1 lakh to rupees 3 lakhs. Instead, they use constitutional tools such as the RTI Act and the Lokayukta to force the BBMP to issue them their Khata certificates by only paying the required fees.
When we came to collect the Khata, we were all ready. But around 11 o'clock, one gentleman who is standing there, his name is Mr. Manjana, who is the Resident Welfare Association, he came and he created a phenomenal amount of records, throwing every piece of file in the BBMP office. And the BBMP office could not able to do anything. And therefore, what happened? Whatever was supposed to happen in a systematic way did not happen. We are fighting for justice because we do not want to pay bribe to collect Khata. As Resident Welfare Association, we have known that he has collected money in order to get Khata. And we are fighting against paying money to get Khata. Because of his interference today, all of us are suffering and we are actually staying here till we get the Khata. And we will not leave BBMP till we get our Khata, even if it's 2 o'clock.
BBMP burns midnight oil.
Probably the first time ever in the history of Bangalore where the residents have come out together to fight for a cause. And also the first to see the BBMP officials burning the midnight oil to serve the citizens of Norma City.
Unity, perseverance, and the will to fight for good governance, no matter however long it takes, is what has finally ended the victory for the citizens of this great city. Now this is a classic example of the power of people. The camera person, Samir, this is known for News 9.
Well, certainly a classic example, and individuals and efforts in a similar way probably would not have yielded the results that this collective effort did. And leading this collective effort, I have with me in my studio, very thank you to the three of you for joining us. They are the residents of this particular area as well. Sachidananda Nagar is where they come from. Mr. Nestre Kere, Uday Shankar, thank you for joining us. Mr. Dr. Shankar Prasad, thank you for joining us. Mr. Mahesh, thank you for joining us. Well, first of all, let's start with you, Mr. Shankar. Just tell us your state, tell us the story of whatever you have to go through to get the Khata of your house.
Actually, this layout, Sachidananda layout, was formed in about 1986 to 1991 by one Mr. House Building Cooperative Society. And they purchased land sometime in 1985-86 and 1991 from Assistant Commissioner. Trying to block the
In 1991, somebody tried to block the whole situation. Then there was a court case, and everything was finalized. Everything was finalized. In 1993, all of us, about 840 of us, got decided very nicely. In 1999, they started registering and started building the houses, etc. Again, another additional commissioner, assistant commissioner, and chairman started facing a problem. Then there was a court case again. In 2005, the court case was won finally. BBMP at that moment went to High Court. They lost the case. Then they were wanted to go to Supreme Court. The government of India, or government of Karnataka legal department said, there is no need to go to Supreme Court. Please resolve this issue, it's all final, let everybody be happily ever after, and get Khatas. What happened at that time was, there was one gentleman called Vedamurthy, who was the additional commissioner of BBMP in Raja Rajeshwari Nagara. He was one of the pivotal points, along with the MLA of that area. Because the MLA of that area has been obstructing Khata issues since almost 2001. Okay? So as soon as Mr. Vedamurthy came there, it became a partnership. That became a bigger problem. Then the Resident Welfare Association, which was supposed to help us get the Khatas, became part and parcel of this. So we have a cooperative, corruption, organized system where we didn't know where to go. That is when Mr. Shankar and Mahesh, they went to Lokayukta. They filed a case of what we call dereliction of duty against Mr. Vedamurthy. Because though there was an order, he was not following the order. And these two gentlemen did phenomenal amount of work. And Lokayukta Justice Santosh Hegde helped quite a bit in actually making this happen. Okay. Well, first evidence is something that has fructified ultimately, right? How did this collective effort come about? Because 120 houses and the residents of each and every house lining up at the BBMP, staying up all night, and you know what? You guys held up the officers as well. So how did this collective effort come about? Okay. In the beginning, what we have done, we referred nearly 15 judgments, and we are nearly 50 to 55 RTI Act using they opened all the documents ready. He submitted to the Lokayukta. He filed all the documentation and completed by the BBMP Commissioner Vedamurthy, and he is misleading the Lokayukta, giving the false information and irrelevant answers. And after that also, he submitted to the SLP also.
Mr. Vedamurthy told to the Lokayukta that he has filed an SLP in the Supreme Court. But he told it was false. Must be verified in the website of Supreme Court. And we submitted to the Honorable Lokayukta, and then he issued the directions to Vedamurthy submit the what is the actual fact. And what
happened was, let me explain if you don't mind. That is, a BBMP commissioner who is supposed to be the protector of law had actually lied to Lokayukta just to check the twice. So when he was summoned in front of Santosh, he actually got himself transferred. He never appeared. But in the meantime, in order to save his own life, he had actually filed an SLP, so the legal department in Karnataka had told him not to file a Supreme Court legal petition. April of this year, 2010,